Hey guys, what's up? Thanks a lot for showing up today. It's new guitar day for me. Come inside here and take a look at this thing. Okay, so look what I got, guys. This is that 2016 made in Japan Fender Special Run Classic 69 Tele in blue flower. I've been wanting one of these things. I don't know why. Every time I go to Guitar Center or someplace, I see these things. And so for about the last 2 years or so, I see these hanging on the wall, and I'm always drawn to these things. I'm like, man, that thing is cool. Remember maybe about 8 years ago, I was in a guitar shop, and they had the bass version of one of these. And I was with my girlfriend. I'm like, man, that thing is so cool. And she's like, oh my God, it's got flowers on it. Would you really play that? I'm like, heck yeah, I would. Because I love how these things look. Just something cool about them. And so ever since that day, I've been wanting to get one of these. And then when I saw that Japan, started making these things again a couple years ago, and they started hanging in all the guitar shops or the guitar centers, they were going for about $1,000. And I told myself, man, if I find one used, if I can get a good deal on one, I'm going to get one of those things. And if you guys watched my last video where I went out to Sam Ash out in Hollywood, I saw one on the wall out there, and just like everywhere else, they were asking $1,000 for it. And somebody in my video that I made, somebody posted in the comments, and they said, Dane, there's one of those up at the Scottsdale Guitar Center. So I went in there to check it out. Yeah, so I got a good deal on this thing. I was very happy to get it. It's got 10 gauge strings on it, and so the first thing, and the string action is kind of high and everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the bench, and I am going to try to give it a little setup. This thing, I'm going to check the neck. It is the kind of truss rod adjustment that is in the heel, so I might have to pull the neck off of it. But first I'll put the gauge on there and see if the neck is straight. And so anyhow, let's take it back and put it on the bench. Alright, here we are, back here on the bench. And again, the string action's kind of high. Let me take my gauge here. Let's take a look. Move my lighter out of the way. Let's take a look at this neck. Okay, so I'm trying to do this and hold the camera at the same time. See if I'm smart and coordinated enough to do this. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Yeah, so, wow. That really needs an adjustment. So first thing I'm going to do is pull the strings off. So let's try that. Alright, so these strings are coming off. This has the vintage style tuners on it, so the strings, they come off really quick and easy. That makes it nice. This thing has probably been at that Guitar Center location. I can't even guess how long it's been there, but it might have even sat there for the whole last 6 months or maybe even a year. So there's been a lot of dudes, yeah, oh yeah, super dirty strings. Probably been a lot of fingers on this guitar. So even though it's brand new, you still want to get these strings off of here. Looking at the body though, I don't see any scratches or scuffs or anything, so I'm happy about that. Because sometimes a guitar, when it sets in a guitar shop for a long time and a lot of dudes play it, you end up with little nicks and scratches. But this one, I don't see any. It's really pretty. So let me get these strings out of here. This one's being a little difficult. I could have cut them, right? That's what I'll do. I'll cut that thing. That's what I should have done in the first place, right? Alright, so again, I'm going to set this scale. I'm going to set this guide back on the neck and look again. Wow. There is at least a 1/16 of an inch that I can see underneath that. So this really needs to be adjusted. And because the, look where it's at under there. Actually, it's a brand new guitar. I got to pull the neck off of it. Sad but true. So for this, I am just going to lay it flat. And let me see if I can do this. Nice and easy like. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, how crazy is this? Brand new guitar, the first thing you do is pull the neck off of it. But, you know, this is probably something that the guys there that were trying to sell this, if they would have done this, this thing probably would have sold for full price instead of them having to discount the price. So, I'm kind of glad that they didn't make these adjustments to it. Okay, let's pull that out of there nice and easy. So we don't want to chip this area right there. That's very important. Be careful. Don't pull that thing side to side when you pull it out. You lift it straight out. So we'll slide that over. And yep, there it is right there. And that looks like a regular just Phillips head screwdriver. Or actually, you could put a flathead in there. Either one. So let's just see what happens here. Let me see if I can turn this thing. Oh yeah. There we go. There we go. That turned it a little. Long scale. This is a 25.5 inch fretboard. Wow, that might have been a little too much, because it's kind of rocking right here on the second fret. So I'm going to loosen that just a little bit. But yeah, that made a big difference. This thing's going to play nice. Let me loosen that just a little tiny bit. There we go. Sorry about my camera work, guys. I don't pay too much attention to what the camera's looking at. Alright, so there we go. Perfect. Alright, here's the fun part. Let's put the neck back on the body. Let's not scratch anything. Set this on there like that. I know a lot of guys play 10 gauge strings. I'm always torn between 9 gauge or 10 gauge. If you're in standard tuning, I think 9 gauge is fine. If you're playing a Strat that has the longer scale length than a Gibson, I think 9 gauge strings are a little bit better. If you're playing a Gibson style guitar that has the smaller scale length, you could put 10s on there and they'll feel nice and slinky. But for Fender stuff, I prefer 9 gauge. Alright, so since I have the strings off, I might as well, I have a little guitar polish, and I just sat and really, you know, you don't need to take steel wool to these because they're brand new, but I'll put a little tiny bit of wax on them. And that'll make these frets nice and smooth. When you do string bands, you want that just to feel like butter, so they say. So that's just a little tiny bit of wax that I put on there. Then I take a clean cloth and I wipe that off of there, and that really makes these frets nice and shiny and smooth. That's what I like to feel when I play. Frets look really nice. This is a, you know, a 69 vintage, so they didn't have big tall frets in 69, so these are small, tiny little narrow frets on this thing. And the Japanese stuff is super high quality stuff, so my fret ends, they feel really nice. This fretboard is a polyester finish, and so really nice. Some guys don't like a finish on their neck. They like that satin finish. All the Japanese stuff, or at least most of the Japanese stuff, puts that really nice glossy polyester finish on there. And I love it. Okay guys, so here's what's going on the Tele. Ernie Ball Slinky Cobalt, engineered for maximum output and clarity. 9 through 42s. So this thing should sound good. So hold on, let me see. I'll show you what I do here down here. Adjust the camera a little, if I can, if it will. There we go. Alright, so I leave about, you know, a little tiny bit. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so when I put these strings on here, because the vintage style tuner where the tip of the string goes down inside the little tuner right there, I usually leave about 2 inches of, I pull the string tight, I leave about 2.5 inches, and I'll go ahead and cut it off right there. I need to put my glasses on. Alright, so here it is, man. This is my Made in Japan 2016 Blue Flower Telecaster. We're gonna listen to the neck pickup right here. I've got a Fender Super Reverb amp, everything at 5, halfway up, a little bit of reverb in there. Okay, here is the center position. And then all the way back down in the bridge. Got a new toy, man. Tons of fun. Thanks for watching.